I just called the tree service and it literally rang one time and then immediately went to voicemail. Is he like trying to avoid my phone calls? Seriously? I'm gonna literally call from a different phone if that's the case. I just want to know what he's doing with the wood chips in his yard over there. He has a sign outside of his yard that has his number on it. And I went by the yard today and there was several more piles of wood chips than there were the other day when I went by. There were 3 the first time, and this time there's like 6 or 7 more piles of wood chips. And I mean, I don't know if he's trying to like sell them to the landscaping place across the street from him, then okay, that's fine. I just want to know, like, what are you doing? I just want to know, like, can I just know so that I know if I need to search somewhere else? The problem is that this place that I just called would be the far easiest because it's just right down the road from me, and this guy does a lot of business in this area, and so it would just be the easiest for me to do. Like if he, I will buy some of the wood chips from, I will buy a pickup truckload of wood chips if he would just let me do that. And it would be easy because it's just right down the road. I could go get it, I could load it, and then come back. I'm just literally gonna call from a different phone. And maybe he'll actually pick up. Well, before I make that phone call, well, first of all, I don't have another phone right now, but I'll use somebody else's phone at some point, but it's been a little rainy this morning, and I went and got the stitches out of my finger this morning. Finally. Feels good to have the stitches out. Now I just have to, you know, keep protecting it and while it heals all the way. It's healed very nicely, so that's good. So it's rained, and it could rain again at any moment. It's very cloudy, dark clouds. But I'm gonna check to see if there's okra, which I'm sure there's a few. The okra is growing quite fast now. And then I'm gonna try to finish this compost that I was gonna do yesterday, and then got distracted by another problem with the compost. I fixed that, so now I can actually complete the front part of the compost, hopefully, as long as I don't get rained out. Oh, also, notice there's lettuce. The lettuce is growing. When you don't have rabbits eating your lettuce, guess what? Lettuce grows. And I also think that the okra shading the lettuce is helping them grow as well. I want to check on the cucumbers that I planted last night. I mean, hopefully they're not going to see anything if as long as everything is working properly. I just want to make sure nothing dug it up or anything, which there shouldn't be any creatures able to get into my garden to dig them up. So. And I want to look at the compost before I get started on completing this front, which I'm thinking about putting a cover over this because I don't want, when it rains, I don't want it to get too wet. I should definitely put a cover over it. That way I can control the moisture level. If it gets too dry, I can obviously just add some water, and then that way, if there's a cover on it, the rain won't over moisturize. Did you see that fog up? I don't know if you could see that, but there's still a lot of heat coming off of it, and it fogged up the camera lens, and it is very wet. Yeah, I definitely want to think about putting a cover over that. Maybe just a tarp. Alright, that should be all the boards for the front that slide into place. And then there's a couple other things I need to do to finish this, but the end is near, finally. What is this? Turned into like almost a 2-week project because, you know, I started and then hurt my finger, and then just different things come up, you know? Alright, so I think that'll work. Both sides are on, both fronts are on. Now, there's a couple other things that I need to do. Number one, there's an opening on this corner over here. This back corner has a big opening that I want to cover just with another one of these boards. So I'll get that put on. And then there's one other thing I need to do. I tried to put a stake right here into the ground, but there's like a rock in the ground right here. And I just want to be safe, because like there is a stake. This is a stake right here that's in the ground a little bit. And I just want to be rather safe than sorry, I'm gonna dig with a shovel to get whatever's in the ground right here, probably a rock, out of the way, and then put a stake at the end of this wall into the ground so that it won't move. That ought to do it. That makes me feel a lot more safe about this wall not pushing out. So that's that. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, and then I have 2 things that I need to do left. I know earlier I said one, and that was one, and now there's 2 other things that I need to do. All right, I have an extension cord running all the way down to the compost bins, and I need to cut 2 things using this saw. One of the stakes needs to be cut off at the top because it's like just in the way. And then the middle wall, I'm actually going to cut the middle wall kind of in half, so there's room over that wall which to shovel in the compost from one bay to the other when it's time to do that. I just hope it doesn't rain. Well, finally, the two bay compost bin setup is, I think, complete now. Barring any other unexpected problems, it is done. I just finished cleaning up everything and putting everything away back here. Tomorrow, the chipper shredder is supposed to come in. I mean, it might not come in until tomorrow afternoon or evening even. So for sure, at least Thursday, I will be able to chip up some of this brown limbs and twigs and stuff, sticks around here, and get some brown for the compost, and then these bags back here that are full of grass, I can mix those in with it and have a good ratio between green and brown. And then hopefully with the brown from that I'm going to put into the chipper and shredder, and this green from this grass, I should have finally a full compost bin as full as I want it to be. And then I'm gonna let that sit for a month, and then I can move that over to the other bay that I just finished today, and then I can start filling up the original one again. That is the goal. I would like to have compost ready to amend the soil and to put with the seeds that I'm planting each time I go to plant something new. Not really sure exactly how that's going to work out logistically. I'm just kind of winging it and seeing how it goes. I might need to create another bin, another set of 2 bays, so that I have 4, but well, I guess 3, and at some point maybe 4 potential piles going at the same time. You know, yesterday I mentioned how the compost smelled like manure, and how a cow does the same process using bacteria inside of itself. Well, today I actually might get to see a real live cow. So hopefully if that happens, that'll be the next thing that you see. Okay, so I've been told that there are no cows, but there are lots of goats, and goats are really awesome too. I think the goats are put up in the barn, but there's chickens everywhere. Okay, well, I saw the chickens. The goats are in the barn, so I'm probably not gonna get to see them, which is unfortunate. Goats are awesome. And I thought these people had cows, but they got rid of them. Last time I was here, they had cows.